everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today in this video we are going to start a new series where we solve SQL problems from easy then medium to hard. So we basically understand how to solve any kind of SQL problems in the interviews just by understanding how to approach the solutions. Okay, so I found this website by one of my mentees. He is also practicing, so he gave me the reference of this, which is known as Data Driven IO, and you can find all kind of whatever questions have been asked in the companies, then interview. It's very a simulation of lead code, and they don't have to ask for money as of now, and even they show the space where people are hiring and how to apply. And then there's problems are as well there. Okay, so we'll start with the SQL problem. So we'll start with the easy ones. So whoever is learning SQL or trying to practice on a daily basis, you can refer to this video and also start with the problems from this page. Okay, so before we start off, can you please give a subscribe to this channel and also please share with your colleagues and friends. So we have this problem over here, active campaigns. Let's read the question first. So the advertising team is evaluating campaign performance for the quarterly review. For each ad campaign, show the number of impressions served, the total revenue generated, and the click-through rate as a percentage rounded up to 1 decimal place. Only include campaigns with more than 5 impressions presented from highest click-through rate to the lowest click-through rate. So whenever you get one paragraph question like this, my first approach would be to understand what are the columns present in this table. So what I'm going to do is I'm quickly going to run through a select star from the table that they have given. And then if I see the columns, we have the impression ID, we have the user ID, we have the description, the time, the clicked, and the revenue. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is from this I'm going to create the skeleton of the solution. Okay, so let's see what do they want first. What are the output columns they require? So they're saying for each ad campaign, that means we have to group the data by the ad description that we have seen, right? The ad campaign description, which is this one. So let's say for brand awareness Q1, they want all these details. For product launch X, they want all these details. Okay, so my first skeleton would be that I want to print the ad campaign description, and then the next column would be, so they are saying the number of impressions served, right? So we need the count because we need to find the number of impressions. So the count of the impression ID. Let's see how the impression ID looks like. It's okay, it's just a number which I believe is unique for each click. Okay, so for the count of the impression ID would be the number of impressions, and then we have the total revenue generated. So we do have the revenue column over here, which is an amount column. So I would do a sum of revenue as total revenue. So if you're new to SQL, as means the alias. So if whatever name you give after as, this will print as this name. Okay. And then the click-through rate as a percentage rounded to 1 decimal place. So what would the click-through rate be? The click-through rate should be so there's a clicked column, right? There's an integer which says if it was clicked or not. So I would do like clicked and then percentage, since I have to find, so into 100, and then by how many times it was clicked. That means the count of the impression ID. This should be my formula. Now it is I'm supposed to find the click-through rate as a percentage. That means for each ad campaign, how many times it has been done. That means I would do a sum of clicked into 100. Okay, and this should be my formula, and this should be rounded to 1 decimal place. As I would say click T rate. Okay, let's just give it the underscore, and then okay, I don't need anything else. So from add impressions table, then group by, as I said, we need to group it by each ad campaign, and then the final requirement is, okay, there are final 2 requirements. Only include campaigns with more than 5 impressions. So we're already calculating the count over here, right? So we'll do a having, and also group by and having comes together. So having the count of impression ID greater than 5, and then it says present it from highest click-through rate to lowest. So order by click T rate. Okay, and ascending, if you don't write ascending, so it says the highest to lowest, that means it should be a descending, and then a select. So you see how I first created the skeleton and then just started filling in words from the question itself to produce the solution, right? Okay, so we have the solution ready, and what we are going to do is we are going to submit it to see if it has been accepted or not. So it has been accepted, which means the solution is absolutely correct. Okay, so this is how you can approach a SQL problem. This was an easy one with some basic syntaxes and concepts covered. In the next one, we'll have an easy and then a medium one to solve. And see you in the next videos. Thank you for watching my video, and please don't forget to subscribe and follow my channel. Thank you.